Yeah! What's going on, everybody? It's Tommy C right here on Shot from the Point Gamer. Today we got a lot of great stuff going on. We're going to be hitting all the great coin-op games of the 80s and maybe some of the 90s too. You may have bought NHL 16, that waste of cartridge, but we're going old school. It's not a cartridge, is it, Ben? I'm showing my age, aren't I?
It's a VHS tape.
I got with me from Montreal a man that's very, very excited about, extremely excited about the Montreal Canadiens season. His favorite player in the whole wide world just donated $10 million to charity. I mean, that is just, that's amazing. PK Subban donating that kind of money, huh?
Almost unbelievable.
He doesn't make, this must be, I was thinking about this must be all sponsor money. You know why? Because he doesn't make that much. And when his taxes come back, he must already have about $10 million in the bank. I mean, that's nothing short of amazing. I mean, that is really generous, man.
Yes. I haven't checked about that, but I don't think he gave 10 millions
No, it's going to be over time.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be over time. But, I mean, even...
And probably through some sort of foundation.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's not going to be all his money, obviously, and I'm sure he's going to raise money. But, we give PK a lot of crap. Well, we really don't give him that much crap here. I like PK, but we goof on him, and like we goof on everybody, including each other. And but I just can't. That is just a generosity levels that I can't get. I'd like to thank the donators once again. You saved this show. You saved this channel, at least to keep it from keeping schedule. The donators came up big, Frenchie Ben, and we were able to save. I have a brand new monitor, and I want to really thank everybody. This would not be happening tonight if that was the case. We were probably supposed to broadcast last night, and what happened, and the donators came up big. It's a good thing I saved that money, huh, Frenchie Ben?
Was it PK?
What do you mean? What was peaking?
No, PK. Was he the guy who donated to you?
No. I was a little slow on that one. All right. Today's first game is a game that we played on the N64. It is Blades of Steel, but it's the coin-op version. It's the arcade. Oh, we're getting the tweets are coming in. Big Dave, thank you very much for giving us tweet that on Dave, of course, Shot from the Point team member. And I didn't do too well on it last time, but this is the arcade version. It's a little different. It doesn't go, get the pass, over and over and over again. So there's a lot of things going on. If you'd like to donate, check the description box below. Spare what you can, if you can. And emergencies averted. I mean, that's really what this came down to. So we'll start our first version of this Blades of Steel game. If I remember correctly, this game was played on a trackball. You know what a trackball is, Frenchie Ben?
Oh, yeah. Like Blades of Steel in arcade.
Oh, we got it. That's what we're running right now, brother. Blades of Steel. I'm going to put the quarter in right now.
Okay, that's the game that you want to play. Okay.
Yeah, I'm playing it right now. Here we go. Here goes the quarter. I'm going to put it in the machine.
Cool.
There it is. Quarter's in the machine. And I'm going to press... I don't know how this works. As usual. Press start button.
Let's go along.
Yeah, press start button, please. Okay, I think this is the start button. What a beautiful start. Enter your team name. Oh, you can put your own initials in. You know what initials I'm going to put in, right, Frenchie Ben? Can you make it? It starts with an N, ends with an R.
PK.
Yeah, I should say PK's got Mo money is what I should put in. NYR. There really is something that he did that. He is.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's a special athlete. He really is.
He's a special guy.
Yeah, he really is. And like I said, NYJ I put in. Oh, the Devil fans are probably laughing. Well, here it is. The Blades of Steel. And here we go. Last time I played Blades of Steel on... oh, shit. Last time I played Blades of Steel on N64, it did not go well, if you remember correctly, right? But this has got more graphics and stuff. This actually looks like a better game.
Yeah, that's why I didn't
Because
recognize it.
Oh, you played... you didn't have Nintendo when you were a kid?
Yes, I did.
You did have Nintendo? Well, that was the version that was the Nintendo version. This is the they shoot and score. Well, it's going a lot like the last game, you know. Maybe I should say hello to everybody in the chat. Pure. You know Pure's funny because he has a Actually, you're gonna have to look at the chat because I can't play the game. I'm not gonna make the same mistake I've made in past ones. Do you know that he's got a guy with his same last name playing on his favorite team? I think his name is Django Knutson. I can't get his names right, man. He's got his own. He's got his own. Like it's not a direct relative or anything, but somebody with his name, his favorite player on his favorite team. Can you imagine that? Somebody with your name and was there anybody in the National Hockey League that had your name?
No, but there was a guy in the junior major that went far, and he was. I think he went to a training camp of the Canadiens, and he had my family name.
No kidding. Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's good stuff. There's been nobody with my last name that's played in the NHL, but there's a handful of college players that's had it.
But I knew a guy. He was one of my goalies when I was young. He was called Benoit Hogue, Ben Hogue, like the guy
Benoit
from
Hogue. Yeah, I remember Benoit Hogue. He used to play for the Islanders.
Yep.
Yeah, he played for the Islanders. I don't know who else he played for. Did he play for Montreal?
Nope. Not that I remember.
Play for Montreal.
Nope, he never.
No. Not every.
But Kiri in the chat is saying that he's not going to be there because he has homework to do.
You got to do your homework. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming in and saying hello and looking at these low res graphics. But I'm going to win this game. Actually, I already dropped the goal. The thing with this game, you actually get more time per period. You only play one period. You get more time per period in this game the more quarters you put in. So it's like it's an interesting scenario here. And here we go. Maybe it's a fight. Yes, it is. We have a fight. And everybody knows I'm notoriously bad at hockey fights.
Uppercut.
Oh, so far I'm doing good. No, I got him. I'm just going straight for the throat.
Keep your balance.
No. Miracle. I came up with the win. Here it is. Here comes a big slap shot. Wow, with the big save. Patrick Wow, he's on in my face. Off the side of the post.
I'd like to say hi to Dr. Deke in the chat and Andrew Gurigan.
Andrew, good. Dr. Deke, I haven't heard from her in a while. I'm sure she's about ready to get back on the hockey thing. She said something nice about Jack. Did you see Jacques Lemaire's last video on Greg Wyshynski, by the way?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Was that not the best thing he has ever done, in my opinion? I'm a little biased because...
You know what? I don't know Wyshynski that much, and I really don't care about that guy.
Yeah.
For me, Puck what is the name of the site?
Puck Daddy. Puck Daddy. Yeah, it's not your bag because you read most.
No, to me, it's nothing.
Yeah, it's probably not that big a deal in Canada, to be honest with you. God, I dropped another goal, if you can believe that. No, well, did you watch the video, though? Because, I mean, the production and the way he went about it in this sort of, like, methodical Thunderfoot manner, I thought was really, really excellent. God, I wish it would have got more hits. But it was like, you could really see, to me, it's Jack's best stuff. His best editing, everything. He put heart and soul into that. And I really, it's a criticism of Greg Wyshynski on the Patrick Kane case. And I really highly recommend everybody go check it out. I liked it. It's on my Twitter feed. I think that's Jack's best work. Jack does a lot of things.
Back to you guys
in a comedy type situation, but this was really good. I really liked it. It was a great criticism.
I think it was an excellent video.
Yeah, yes. It was really fantastic. So big shout out to Jack and who I hate to say it because the number, but Jack is probably financially the most responsible for Jack and really who else? what's his name there, and Jason Johnson in Toronto. They're probably the reason the show's on today or even this weekend, because their donations really, really help. So I really do appreciate that. I can't win the game, but I'm winning the fights. I'm winning the fights, Frenchie Ben, but I'm not winning the game. Big save by Richter. It's funny, it looks like the Vancouver Canucks with the green uniform. So what do you got in the National Hockey League? Do you see anything interesting?
There's lots of things because the training camps are starting.
Yeah.
So today there was a trade from
big one.
The Islanders to Toronto. Michael Grabner against 5 suspects.
It could be Jake Link, Matt Kazar, Frenchie Ben, dead on Dave for all we know. Oh, you know, that might be a good meme.
Tangaman.
There you go. There's your meme, by the way. There's your meme.
It's an idea, yes.
Yeah. There you meme. Show a picture of Grabner and the mysterious players, and then have it all be us.
But I created a new one today with Cecil the Lion and Ovechkin.
I haven't seen that one yet, but we'll check that
out.
out.
Oh, I know.
We'll have to check that one out. Frenchie Ben making memes and Shot from the Point Hockey. Check us out on Facebook. Shot from the Point Hockey. Keep track of shows and a bunch of funny memes. And it's a safe space for those who like to get offended like me. And I do. Yeah, it's a safe space. It's not so ridiculous. I saw the most disgusting sports meme in my entire life this weekend. And it had nothing to do with hockey, but I would never do this. This I wouldn't do. I mean, this stuff. I like edgy ones. I like the critical. I even like the ones that are supposedly mean and not right. But I saw 30-second bonus time because I scored a goal. I saw the worst meme ever. I guess the Dallas Cowboys blew some sort of victory. I wouldn't know because I don't really dig football. And it had a picture of a used condom, and it said the official drink of the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, shit.
I think that, I almost threw up when I saw it. It made me want to vomit. But, yeah, I don't think I'll go that far. That's a little far for me. I don't know, that's kind of gross. I'm not a big Cowboys fan. My parents raised me to be on the Giants, but the problem was I don't like football. Hockey.
It's even worse when you have a latex allergy.
Frenchie Ben. Oh, I lost again. Oh, bonus stage. It's tied up. It's the slap shot stage. I don't know how to do this.
Don't score too many goals because they are adding some time, and I want to sleep tonight.
Oh, okay. This isn't going well. We might be going to Gretzky hockey next, if you're all interested. That wasn't really great. That would have been really great. I got a penalty shot.
I have time.
This is actually a really fun game. This is much better than the 8-bit version on Super Nintendo or regular Nintendo. Let me turn on the sound a little bit because I don't know if anybody can hear it. Let's see. I'll probably lose the game doing this, but yeah. Yeah, hold on. Let's turn on the sound effects just a little more. There we go. Let's get some. Yeah, that's the get the pass. That's what the Nintendo version does constantly. It's so annoying. This is the closest thing that you did for play-by-play announcing, like they have in NHL. Let's see. Looks like I lost 3-2. It was a little better. You
lost?
Yeah, twice already. It's a pretty good game though. It's a quick little game, but you gotta. I think I should put a lot of quarters in this time. I'll put 4 quarters in. A whole $1.
Well, it's a fun game to play.
It is a fun game to play. It's not bad. I actually with the trackball it makes it kind of interesting, but I'm cheating. I've got the Xbox controller. I'm gonna name my team EAA. You all check the sound effects out. What else you got, Frenchie Ben?
Speaking about Toronto, one topic that I wanted to talk to you about is Jacques Lemaire, who goes there, and as a Canadian fan, I'm kind of split on that one because he's a Hall of Famer, he was a great player, and I see him as a traitor because he's with the Leafs.
Oh, who? So wait a minute, Jacques Lemaire went where? I'm sorry, I'm a little off here.
He's a consultant to Babcock and Lamoriello.
Yes, Jacques Lemaire. Wait, is this Jacques Lemaire? Jacques Lemaire was the Devils coach, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. He won all the
And
Stanley Cups with the Devils. He also won a shit ton with I think he has more Stanley Cups than any human being on earth, if you want to count coaches and as a player, if I'm not mistaken, right? I think
what have you said?
I think he has the most Stanley Cups, living man that has the most Stanley Cups, counting his coaching efforts, if I'm not mistaken, John.
No, I don't think so. It's Scotty Bowman.
Oh, yeah, but he never played, though. Scotty Bowman didn't play in the NHL, did he?
But Henry Richard has 11 cups.
Oh, he has 11. Oh, okay.
He's the one that has the most.
Who? Rocket Richard? Or on? Wait.
No, the pocket rocket.
Oh, Pocket Rocket. Okay, he's got the most cups, and he's still alive. Yeah. Okay, he's got a. No, I think if you count the Devil's Cups, I think it's about even 11. We have to check that out. Anybody knows in the chat, please let us know. All right, but go ahead. I'm getting you way off your topic here. What about Mr. the Great Jacques Lemaire?
But because he's a Hall of Famer by playing for the Montreal Canadiens in the 70s and by coaching them, every time an ex-Montrealer goes to Boston or Toronto, for me, it's kind of
it's spit in your face, right?
I can go with it when he coached the Devils and the Wild, but Toronto, no.
Do you really feel that they should not be allowed to play for anybody or coach? What about the Quebec Nordiques that are probably going to be in the NHL soon? Are they allowed to go there?
I would prefer that.
Oh, you would? Oh, because at least they'd be in. At least they'd still be in French Canada. That's funny.
Yeah, in a sense.
I got to be honest with you. That doesn't bother me anymore. It used to bother me a lot. But I was so devastated when Messier, and that wasn't even his original team. When Messier went to Vancouver, that really changed me.
It was a bizarre move at the time.
Well, it wasn't as bizarre you think. It was a perfect shitstorm. I don't know if I want to get into it because I want you to finish your stuff, but it really was a perfect shitstorm, and both teams had their reasons, and they both kind of screwed up. They could have been done a lot better, but I actually kind of side with Messier a little more than the team. You win that. He wanted the money that all the big guys were making, right? And
Vancouver had a good team at the time, but they were also the one who you won the cup against.
Yeah, and you would think, but Messier was never going to work in Vancouver. It's just not his personality was never going to work there. It's just they are not cut out for that type of hockey. I got to be honest. I knew it wouldn't work. I don't know. Did he play with the Sundins this season? I think he did. But I think what happened was Messier wanted his money for the 94 victory because it was his first contract since that victory. And he's like, I'm entitled to it. And the Rangers are like, you're old now. And he's like, hey, wait a minute. I did what so many players came here to do, including Phil Esposito, and they didn't get it done. I got it done, right? You brought me in for the cup. And they were like, you're old now. How am I going to pay you for a guy that's only going to play another couple years? And if you do play more, you're not going to play at the level. And he just got ticked, understandably so. I think he should have been really paid backward for the whole thing. Hey, I'm up 3-1. Super.
Was Sater the GM at the time? Or it was
no,
the guy?
I think it wasn't that Slater was the GM. It's the team was now. It used to be family owned, and then it was now a corporate entity. And they basically told Neil Smith, "You can only give him so much to stay. Otherwise, we want the old guy out of here."
Neil Smith.
Neil Smith was a great general manager, man. He was fantastic, but he didn't do well. He did well when the Rangers were owned by the family, and I cannot remember for the life of me the name of the family. But.
I think he was one of those who got hired by the Islanders. And he didn't stay that long. He, like Pat LaFontaine in Buffalo, he quitted as soon as he could.
Yeah, well, the Islanders are such a horrible organization. I mean,
maybe he saw that Mr. Wong was the one doing the show.
Yeah, that could be it. And these guys aren't. They make decisions based on money, not on hockey sense. because and I think that's what happened with Mark Messier. They were like, well, we got to pay this guy for winning the cup, and the company was like, hey, he didn't win the cup for us. He won it for the other guys. We don't have to pay him. He's not worth it because he's 35, so, and he's not going to show that much. So they didn't really mind getting rid of him. But it was a big mistake, and it also marked the end of. It hurt Gretzky's relationship with Mark Messier because Gretzky took a cut to come to the team to win the Stanley Cup, it really it changed a lot of things. It changed a lot of things.
Another subject that has been bring up by Andrew Gurikin is Simon Gagné has retired.
Oh, wow. He was our age, wasn't he? Simon Gagné.
Around our age, yes.
Yeah.
Maybe 36, 37.
You know what bothers me more than Jacques Lemaire playing for a non-French Canadian team or helping a non-French Canadian team or a Montreal Canadian rival? Guys my age that don't play anymore. Chris Drury. Yeah, Chris Drury's on the Rangers organization. You have any idea how sick that makes me? When I see that six, I'm like, you should still be playing, Chris. It's really hard for me.
But Simon Gagné was really a complete player when he was playing for Canada at the time. He was such a great player for a period of time.
Chris Drury. We're talking about Chris Drury. Oh, Simon Gagné we're talking about.
Simon Gagné.
Yeah, he was definitely, he had a long career for a reason. And he was, if I remember, he had really good hands. Is and I'm thinking right, Gagné? He was a good playmaker, right?
He scored 50 goals, I think.
Yeah, he was one of the last guys to score 50 goals. That's right. Well, besides Ovechkin, of course.
Pierre in the chat says that Gagné is 35 years old.
Oh, God. He's only 35. Come on. Just for me. See, I don't think he understands. He hasn't talked to me yet. He can't retire. He hasn't said anything about, he doesn't, this is my mental well-being here. Oh, wow, the goalie works on its own. I didn't know that.
But speaking of mental health, Gagné retired partly because he was too concussed.
Gets them all in the end, doesn't it, buddy? That's too bad. Well, you gotta decide for family first. You know what I mean? Because that kind
Dr.
of stuff.
Deke says 14th season isn't too shabby.
What 14th season?
For Simon Gagné.
14? No, it's not too shabby, but it's unfortunate with the concussion thing, and the fact that he's Dr. Deke, he's my age. You're like a young woman. You have no idea what it's like to watch people your age retire from hockey. You start to realize, there's more time behind you that's in front of you. It's a very sobering thought.
And you're sad about that?
No, I'm just something to talk about. Yeah, it bothers me a little bit. I'm not gonna cry in bed at night, but yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, it might bug me a bit. Jeez.
Oh, you'll be in the obligation to have more fun till the end.
Yeah, well, I heard George Carlin say once, old man is a state of mind. He said he's seen children as young as 8 and 9 that were really just old men, and I think there's some truth in that. But I still don't like it. You know what I mean? I don't like the fact that, even when I play with my daughter, I gotta kind of, be mindful of getting hurt. Whereas I never thought about stuff like that at one point in my life.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's like, I gotta, take it a little easy here. And, I like to play rough, and then I can't do it sometimes. And it sucks, too. My daughter's, climbing on my back or something like that, and I'm like, this is enough, and she doesn't understand. You're so big. Why can't you just let me jump on your back as hard as I can? You know what I mean?
Kids.
Kids don't understand all the time. What's wrong with you? You must not love me.
But speaking of old people and the Pocket Rocket, Richard is 79 years old and his health is degrading because he suffers from Alzheimer.
That's tough. Him and Stan Mikita, very bad shape. Supposedly Stan Mikita doesn't remember anything. And then the Pocket Rocket. This sucks.
The Pocket Rocket was number 16, and he's the best player for my father.
Oh, I'm sure. I imagine. Does your dad still talk about him? That's your Mickey Mantle. That's really the Mickey Mantle of the Montreal Canadiens pocket rocket. Is that pretty accurate? Because if
Yes,
Rocket
yes.
Richard was Babe Ruth, yeah, so like and you know, Mantle was very similar to don't hit me. Mantle was pretty much similar to Ruth in personality. So yeah, that's the thing. There's a lot of similarities between those two franchises, the Yankees and the as far as their history is concerned, the Yankees and the Canadians. You a
Yes,
baseball
there
fan?
is. I haven't heard what you said.
There's a lot of similarities between the Yankees as far as their
Oh,
fans
yes,
and their
yes.
tradition. There's tons of similarities, and I think that the Pocket Rockets like Mick, and I think Rocket Richard's like the Babe. Although Rocket Richard was not a women chaser, as far as I know, was he?
No, no,
No,
he
he was
wasn't.
he was a real straightforward,
He had
focused
two
dude.
wives in his life,
Yeah,
but
no,
that's
that's
it.
not too bad.
For an 80-year-old guy, no, it's okay.
Well, so did Babe Ruth, but he had a lot of girlfriends too. you know, this
The
game's a,
Pocket Rocket retired in 1975, and he was inducted in the Hall of Fame in '79.
was he really? Jeez.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
But he's not a great talker. He's not a guy that we hear about a lot in Quebec.
That's strange. I remember. Do you remember the patch the NHL used to wear? It was like the 75 anniversary patch.
Yes.
Yeah, you remember that? I got this video, 75 years of the National Hockey League, and let's do which one? Let's do Gretzky next. We'll pop in some Wayne Gretzky hockey. That's my
Let's go.
plan
Let's
here.
see that.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. Let's put some quarters in this machine. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, load. Don't scare me. Let's see how this works out. Popping up the machine. Firing on all cylinders. Here it comes. Wayne Gretzky hockey.
While you're doing that, Tommy, I can talk to you about the new arena in Quebec, the Quebecer, the Videotron Center.
Oh, that's the where the Nordiques may potentially play, correct?
Yes, it has been inaugurated last week
No kidding.
with a junior hockey game,
No
and
kidding.
they're going to. I think it's done already. The last. How do you say that? Metallica went to Quebec to
Oh wow.
close the old Coliseum, and
Uh-huh.
now they're opening the new one.
With junior hockey. A pretty good chance
Yeah,
that they're. I heard it's a
yeah,
first
but
rate
it's
civility.
Metallica that does the first show.
No shit. That's fantastic. Oh, they're gonna. Oh, so they're opening and so they close the old one and they open the new one. Is that what you're saying?
That's it. That's it.
Wow, that's a big deal. And yeah,
And
that's one of your.
Metallica is really, really praised in Quebec City.
Yeah, they. Well, that's our generation, man. Metallica. That's like
But
you. Are you a big Metallica
particularly
fan?
in the east of Quebec, people love rock and heavy metal
Oh, really? Well, I mean,
more than every place else.
not as much as the Finns. The Finns like their death and dark metal, or the Swedes do
Yeah,
too. They're really
The
into that
German
kind.
too, I think.
Parts of Germany. They're still in the Germans like to dance. Funny, but they like to dance. Um, but yeah, the Germans they have there's like this like pocket. It's more like the States. There's like this pockets of what band's really big over here. Do you ever hear of a band called Manowar?
I think I heard
Yeah,
the
and
name.
they do this really really over the top heavy metal stuff like Father, I will avenge you. Ah! And like these songs about being a metalhead, like if you're not into metal, you are not my friend. Heavy metal warriors riding across the land. Something like that. Yeah, it's really. But they're like kind of popular over here, and they're not really popular in the States unless you're like a hardcore metalhead. And yeah, that's kind of bizarre. But in Sweden and Finland, holy Christmas, they murder each other over heavy metal. And then it sounds like you Quebecers are kind of normal.
This is the X Factor from the Point.
Yeah. I always like all the old heavy metal stuff is always hysterical to me. Absolutely hysterical in every way possible. I I need a drink, Frenchie Ben, and you see right now. Yeah, I got to get a drink. I'm not. I'm like.
I need one too.
I'm thirsty. So we're gonna take a break, and I actually got like music and stuff different now. I switched some stuff up. There's a picture of Dwayne Gretzky in his Team Canada uniform with his New York Ranger colors. I guess they're in the background or something like that. And we will be right back. All right, Frenchie Ben?
That's great.
All right, we'll be right back. We'll play some more games, talk hockey. You can give us a call at 718-395-7660 if you just want to talk some hockey, or at Shot from the Point. Leave us on in the background. Watch our little gaming thing going on. It's going to be a lot more fun. Frenchie Ben hitting all the news spots. I found a lot of interesting stuff. We'll be right back. See ya. If you want to call in and Shot from the Point Hockey, talk your favorite hockey, the season is just 20 days in the making. Did you see the 3-on-3 overtime Vancouver Canucks versus the Calgary Flames? I did.
No, I haven't.
Oh, it was badass, and we got a result, not a shootout out of it. Really good game. Calgary dominated most of the first and second periods, but after a bad turnover by Calgary, the young stars of the Vancouver Canucks were able to tie it up and score the first 3-on-3 goal. Of course, it wasn't the regular season, so it won't count. But it looked good. It
Was
looked
it
good.
exciting?
I tell you something. I'll be honest with you. That young stars game was the best team game I've seen. You want to hear something terrible? It was better than any game in the Stanley Cup this year.
Wow.
I got to be honest with you.
But they're hungry at the time of the year.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and they were throwing the punches. They were throwing down, trying to make that spot. The heart of the enforcer. Oh, by the way, I wanted to bring this up. It's that time of year again. We're going to hear nothing but anti-fighting garbage until about late November. So it's that time of the year. Harrison Mooney's already started the tidal wave. Although I love him to death, he wrote an article, and it basically, let me explain it to you. I don't like fighting, and if you do, you're a bad person. So shut up and don't tell me anything.
Okay.
Yeah, because otherwise you like death.
Let's agree to disagree.
Yeah, yeah. You like death. If you don't disagree.
I like fighting?
What's that? I'm pro-fighting for sure.
If I like fighting?
You like fighting, don't you?
If it's in a natural way, it's okay.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. It's gratuitous. But I mean, Mooney's view on it, and I have no problem with people who don't like fighting. My father tried to teach me as best he could that it was no good for the sport, and
I don't like stage fights.
I don't know. The problem with staged fights, which is a really bad name for them, if you can't have fighting unless you allow the guys to throw down when they want to. I do like natural stuff. I like a Jerome McGinley and Calvier in the Stanley Cup final.
Yes. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's good stuff. And as far as the health issues concerned, it's dangerous. There's no doubt. I think there's a debate whether it's worth it or not, and I think that's a healthy debate to have. But to be perfectly honest with you, I mean, men and women do dangerous jobs that affects their mental capabilities, physical capabilities, not just in hockey. Putting together a car can mess you up. Being in a coal mine can mess you up. There's a lot of dangerous jobs out there, and professional fighting.
Jacques Lemaire. Oh, go. Excuse me.
He can mess you up. Next game on the list is Wayne Gretzky Hockey in the arcade version. Let me click on this. Where is Wayne Gretzky Hockey on my list over here? Wayne
Jacques Mollet in the chat is saying that Probert and Domi fights were staged, but they were epic fights.
Yes, they were. So I think I know what you mean by not liking them, but I don't want to. Well, you didn't say you wanted to ban them, but I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't think you can. If you get rid of stage fights, you're essentially getting rid of fights. That's what I'm saying. Wayne Gretzky Hockey 3D Hockey came out in 1996. There are more popular versions for the Nintendo 64. Of course, this was made by Atari, or what was left of Atari at the time. It's a pretty good game in the vein of a sort of 3-on-3 or of 2-on-2 open ice, kind of in that vein, but it's 3-on-3. And it probably gave birth to. It's going to look a lot like NHL Hits, but this runs a lot smoother on my computer than NHL Hits. So we're going to see that in a minute. Came out in '96, like I said. Let's get into it. Yeah, I mean.
Carry on.
Carry on, exactly.
No, Atari on.
Tarion? What do you mean by Tarion?
Atarion.
Michel Tarion? Is that?
No. The game is made by Atari.
Yeah.
Atarion.
Is that how you say it in French? Is that what you're saying? Atarion? Because it's a Japanese word.
No, because there's a joke. Atari off.
Oh, from the Joe Cronin show.
You're too smooth today.
Yeah, I'm not really fired. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my absolute.
It's okay.
I'm doing my absolute best. I guess I'm a little off. Big shout out to Andrew, Pure, Let's see. As long
Devil's
as
fan 360.
Andrew writes, as long as both men agree. No, I don't like. That's one fight I really can't stand is when some guy turns it down. I hate that. Devil's fan 360. Asking me how the Syrians are. I have no idea what he means by that. Oh, yeah. I've seen them, and they're not all Syrian. He's talking about the immigration crisis over here in Germany. Yes, I've actually seen my own two eyes what's going on. Not so much in the city that I live in, but you can actually see it a lot on the countryside a little more. There are 19 men living in my daughter's town right now that are supposedly refugees. I don't know if they're refugees or not. Maybe they are. Trendy Troy BB, jokes going over Tommy's head. Where's the real Tommy? Well, I got to be honest with you. This wouldn't be the first fucking time. It wouldn't be the first time. Sorry, guys. It's just, I don't know. I guess I'm a little tired today. I don't know what it is. Let's get into the game. Let's see if we can play this.
Because I don't know that game. I've never seen it.
It was in the arcade, but it's a little more popular on. Let's see. It would probably be a little more popular on Nintendo 64. So let's get right into it right now and put some quarters in. What do you say?
Let's put money in the machine.
Money in the machine. I'm gonna put 4 quarters in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hit the start button. Do I need to put my initials in? No. I don't care.
Atari
no.
on.
Okay, period 1, period 2, period 3. Atari on, or coin-operated coin, I should say. And how do we start these things? All right, here we go. Oh, I have a lot of teams, so I'm going to pick... I think I'm going to pick the New York Rangers. I want to see who's on.
That's a surprise.
Yeah, big sign. Well, one of these days. And I'll have them play. It's going to be Richter versus Ed Belfour, Wayne Gretzky versus Alexei Zamnov, Mark Messier versus, this is definitely from 96 then. It's the last year they were both together. With Denis Savard and Brian Leach, number 2 in defense. That's always good news. And Chris Chelios, number 7 for the Chicago Blackhawks. And I have a Chelios jersey on today. Can you see it? Captain America, winner of the 1996 World Cup. Remember that one?
It was in Montreal.
Yeah, it was. Actually, it was in Montreal. Okay, I got to ask you, what do you think of the whole World Cup system that they have? Are you happy with it? Not happy with it? Don't care one way or another.
It's going to be interesting hockey, but I'm on your side that some of the teams don't make sense.
It really doesn't.
But it's going to be interesting hockey.
You know, when Malay and Power Play with CJ say they're not going to watch it, excuse me if I don't know, don't believe it. I think everybody's going to watch it if you're hardcore. But I do find it, like, I think one of the reasons the Canada Cup never, I mean, it sounds so silly, and you Canadians would be like, I can't believe Americans are that dopey. One of the reasons I think the Canada Cup never really took off in the United States was because it's played in the summer. And I think that was the problem with the World Cup in 96 as well. He shoots, he scores, Brian Leach. I think it's because it was played in the summer. And I like the idea of stopping the season for the World Cup and maybe scrapping the Olympics altogether. I don't really care. Like, Jake's thing is, like, let the kids play. I don't care if the kids play or not. I want a World Cup of hockey. I want the World Championship. I don't care if they call it the Olympics. They're playing for the gold medal. It makes absolutely no difference to me. I want the best teams. And when you're doing this under 21 stuff and under 23 stuff with both North American teams, and this Team Europe for European teams that have NHL players but can't field a full NHL team for their country, I think it's a mistake. It doesn't allow love to grow of country if you're Slovakian or Slovenian or Austrian, German.
That's right.
A lot of it doesn't allow it to grow. Team Europe, what's Team Europe? I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, we look at the Europeans as sort of all the same in North America. They're not. They see themselves as being very, very different from country to country, and they are. They are very different. And it's a lot more dramatic from the only thing that would be the equivalent would be like from Alberta to Quebec. That's a pretty dramatic difference. Okay, I get that, but it's like Alberta to Quebec everywhere here. So it's like, I mean, I don't know. I just it just, I don't think it helps the game grow in Europe, and they need European players, especially if they're going to start adding expansion teams. I think they want a result, like Jacques Lemaire said, that keeps the Canada-U.S. final, because I think that's the only way they think they can make money. And if that's the case, maybe they shouldn't do it at all. I don't really like it. But like you said, I'm going to watch it.
But you're right about the difference in Europe. I've been in Europe once.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in France, Switzerland, and Italy.
Mm-hmm.
And there's they are three different countries.
They're very different.
Totally.
They're very different countries, different people. I mean, Germans. The relationship with Germany and Austria is very similar, I think, than the relationship to Canada and the United States. We have a common language, except for you guys. And there are a lot of cultural similarities, but still, I mean, we see ourselves, we're proud Canadians and proud Americans. We're not proud North Americans, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm not a citizen of the world, like I hear some of these hacker guys say. I'm a United States citizen. And
I hope one of those two teams will get far. The under 23 and the Europe team. I wish they go far.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, but if they eliminate, like, you imagine if the under 23 team eliminates
Canada or the US?
Yeah, I mean, that's a nightmare scenario. I mean, it's almost like
if I was the coach, I would do anything to get there.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you got the young guys have nothing to lose, but it would be a nightmare situation. And Jacques Lemaire also said, "I'm afraid they're going to fuck this up and never do it again because they say, wow, it didn't work the last time." Well, because it was done stupidly the last time.
But if they do it every 4 years, so every 2 years there's an Olympic and then a World Cup, it makes sense to me.
Yeah, I suppose that's one way to look at it. If they want to do that, are you for? I'm for scrapping the Olympics completely. You're not for that. It sounds like in your voice.
No, I always like that.
You really do like the Olympics.
But even if it's amateur player, I would watch it.
Oh, I'd watch it too. Because
at the time, do you remember when Joey Juno was playing for Canada and I think Brian Savage, and it was good.
Yeah. It was good stuff. Excellent stuff. I can't get my stick to operate here. I'm starting to realize that I'm not cut out to do two things at once.
You're a man. You're a man.
It's horrible. I mean, I'm watching my wife, right? She's working, she's doing all this stuff, she's preparing for the baby, and she does it with like complete grace and ease. And I can't remember my water bottle. Oh, there it is. It's like, they talk. Women are mentally stronger than men. There's no doubt about it. They're not physically stronger.
It's different.
It's a different type of mental toughness. You're right. It is a different type of mental toughness. But she's in her own way, she's a lot stronger than me. I couldn't do it. It's not just, of course, I couldn't have a baby, but I couldn't balance everything without making a mess of it, And I mean, I can't even talk and play this stupid video game. It's ridiculous. Maybe we got to come up with.
But when you're concentrated on one task, you do it well.
Yeah, no, I'm not too bad. That's the thing is, like, everybody who's a metaphor Messiah wrote me, he's like, you really suck at those games. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm trying to talk to Frenchie Ben and do this. This is difficult stuff. You know what I mean?
It is.
Oh, by the way, Dr. Deke, thank you for your donation, not once but again, because I don't know if you saw the video earlier, but you helped save this channel, at least for the short term anyway. We were able to not miss a beat, really, except for yesterday, but I mean, so what? Who cares? We're up now. We're up.
I haven't watched the video yet.
No, you didn't watch it? I just thanked everybody and say, thank you. I
was watching today the GOP debate yesterday.
Oh, jeez. Well, I was kind of... Fucking Andrew sent me something. Apparently Trump is one of these guys that buys that fucking autism thing, and that really disappointed me. with the he buys the autism argument. The Jim Carrey getting lots of people killed, bringing diseases that have been completely defunct back. There's been tons of studies on autism, tons, with when it comes to vaccinations, and absolutely none of them have turned up any of these guesses.
Yeah, but in every case, Tommy, you have to watch who does the study.
That's true, but there's multiple. And you have, unless Ben Carson, again, another doc, because that's the problem with these guys. They all, when you point out this, you point out the studies, and Ben Carson said, and he is a brain surgeon. Not one of them, not one study's come up that way. But apparently, that's still enough for Trump to buy it.
It's funny. It's funny you talk about that because I'm reading a book right now, and it's called The Medical Mafia.
Oh yeah,
and it talks about that.
Yeah, I bet it's.
I don't know what to think about the vaccination.
Let me tell you something. Since this movement started in the early 2000s, they are having diseases. Kids are dying from whooping cough in North America. Diseases that supposedly have been gone over this conspiracy theories about the medical industry. Now, I'm sure the medical industry is like every other industry, and they have corporations. But this silly belief that they profit from people getting sick, despite all the evidence, you'd have to believe that hundreds, maybe thousands of people were in on this conspiracy, which is completely illogical. And that's really the problem with it.
Personally, the last thing I heard about autism is that it could be caused probably by the Roundup, the how do they call that? The pesticide that I think Monsanto was using a lot.
Yeah, but again, here's the thing. Here's the truth, and I think this is the problem with a lot of stuff and a lot of conspiracy theories in general. They don't know. They honestly have no fucking deal. And some people I think really can't accept that sometimes. Like science doesn't know something. They didn't know how to cure polio for a long time, and finally, they didn't really cure it, but they came up with a vaccination for it, and it was quite effective. I mean, when in the early 40s, there was like 2-3 kids on the street that would die from polio. It doesn't happen anymore. My father had, apparently, when he was a baby, there was a kid that he played with, and they panicked because he died. He died from polio. So these vaccinations have been very wonderful, and I think a lot of these people, oh, look at that, a brick wall, that was pretty cool. A lot of these people are just looking for answers and just deciding that, there's this grand conspiracy, and it doesn't add up.
But I don't want to go too much into politics.
Yeah.
I was watching the GOP debate, and I was chatting with Jesse J today.
Yeah, me too, in fact. What do you have to say? What did he say? Did he do any Trump imitations?
No, we talked a bit about the debate, and because from what I see from Jesse J, he's into astrology and meditation frequencies and vibrations, and so we talked about that.
Oh, really?
Jesse a little bit.
I you know me. That just puts me to sleep. My father does. my father. No, not so much the subject, but like I just like people talk about the star. Like he's a very spiritual guy, and I just like what? It's just there's nothing I can do. I can't seem to connect with anything spiritual. And he's like, yeah.
If you knew everything that I listened to, you would be appalled.
Probably not appalled. I mean, certainly people have the right to their own. Certainly people have the right to their own religious beliefs. I wouldn't say that, but I don't know, man. When I went to church, I didn't hear anything. I didn't feel anything. Nothing.
It's not the good place.
No, it is not for any reason whatsoever. All right, let's move on. I think I just won the last game, if anybody was paying attention. Yeah, I absolutely won the last game. I beat Wayne Gretzky hockey. It doesn't run very well on my computer. I think it's because it's 3D, so I'm gonna have to look on what games should be better. So let's go to another game that I like. This one's called Hit the Ice, and it's kind of a weird game. It used to be at my hockey rink. Actually, it was up in Morristown, New Jersey. I used to play this at Menin Arena, actually. And if you're familiar with the game Arc Rivals, it's like the hockey's version of Arc Rivals. And as you can see it right here, actually, I'm just going to leave this on pause for a second. if you take a look at it right here, let's see. All right, the Reds versus the Blues. It's similar to Arc Rivals, a lot of like fighting and silly stuff. But it was also the first pay-to-win game, I think, because you can buy like steroids in this game or something, and then your skater skates faster. So it encouraged you to put like an extra quarter in, which is like bullshit, right?
But it's funny because there's an advertisement at the beginning of the game that says don't take drugs, don't do drugs.
Oh yeah, that was it. Is his William Sessions too, who I think was George Bush's was he his FBI director or something like that? Yeah, it said don't do drugs. We should, you know what? Now I want to restart it. I got to be honest. Now I want to restart it. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm gonna restart it.
You'll see. There's an FBI logo, and
yeah.
the guy
was FBI. Let's try this again. No, you're right. We got to check this out. That's kind of cool. Okay. Yeah, I can't think properly. I can't talk about politics when I'm playing video games. I can't do anything. Here we go. All right, the game is exclusively used for in Japan. Well, guess not. Wait a minute. Oh, this wasn't it. Wrong game.
Face Off Japan.
Yeah, that wasn't
1988.
it. Face Off.
Nagano.
Face Off. What the hell is it called? Hit the Ice, right? Face Off. Hit the Ice. Here it is. We'll put this back on. Okay. Joystick emulation is not 100%. That's all right. I remember the joystick emulation. It says, winners don't use drugs. William S. Sessions of the FBI.
That's funny.
That is funny. I got to look up this game real quick. I'll give you the year. 1990. The Tato Corporation. Hit the Ice. So that was a new game when I saw it. See, when I first saw Hit the Ice, I thought, boy, this is like an old 80s game I never heard of. Because it was at the Menin Arena in Morristown, New Jersey. When I used to go skate over there, I used to play Hit the Ice, but one of the joysticks didn't work.
Winners don't use drugs.
Yeah,
Tell
right?
that to the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys that kind of did okay with drugs. What's his name? Not Dennis Leary. The other Leary. Really Leary.
Dennis?
Not Dennis Leary. There's a LSD college professor. Tune in, drop out. I can't remember his name right now. But he was into drugs. He did okay. He was a respected.
So Mike Richards can play that game.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah, because you got to see. I'm going to put the quarter in right now. This is 1990s, Hit the Ice. The Reds versus the Blues. I'm the best.
Thierry in the chat is talking about hockey. So he says that Yuri Tlusty from Winnipeg has signed a 1-year contract in New Jersey for $800,000.
Yeah. Boy, there was a time when Yuri Tlusty was... there was a time when Yuri Tlusty was like sought after. So he's going to... That could work out for him. I had him on my fantasy team one year, and he worked out. Right,
Dr. Deke says that it was Tim O'Leary.
Tim Leary. Yeah, I knew the educated one would correct me. Yeah, Tim Leary. Tune in, drop out, whatever. He did all right. I remember he filmed his death on the internet because I guess he thought his spirit was going to be released and they were going to catch it on camera. And you know what happened when they did it? Nothing. He died like everybody else. That's why I don't buy that shit, man. He died like everybody else. Here it is. The power drink. If I put one credit, I'll get a power drink. So you can take steroids in this game. Look at that guy.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's start this stupid game. Nice Canadian and American flag up there. I like that.
Just grow a player till he explodes.
You only control one player in this game. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I accidentally gave myself the steroids. I didn't actually mean to do that. I was going to do it later, but now's as good a time as any. Here we go. There he goes. Some steroid guy. Look at this guy. He's like complete. Maybe it's coke. I don't know. He had a clear breakaway. That's how confident he is.
I didn't knew that thing, but Pierre in the chat says that Seabrooks will wear an 8 next year for the Hawks.
Yeah, that seems completely reasonable. I mean, he's a big part of a lot of teams.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that seems completely. It's about time. Some of the other guys are gone, and it's time for some new blood. Certainly, Patrick will never get it. And
talking about new contracts, Brock Nelson from the Islanders, he signed a 2-year contract.
That was getting spooky because it was like, wait a minute, how come they haven't signed him already? And Antti Kopitar's not signed yet either, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think
Kopitar, he's signed for this year.
Oh, he's signed for this year, but he doesn't seem to want to re-up with the he doesn't seem to want to re-up with the Kings.
Not for now, like Stamkos.
I got news for you. All the advanced stats guys saying, "Oh, this last year was a fluke for the Kings." I got news for you. I don't think so. I think.
But I made a mistake. Brock Nelson signed a 3-year contract for $7.5 million.
An absolute must-sign for the New York Islanders. It was a big part of their success this year. They got a little unlucky running into the Caps in the first round, but they were a big save.
Jay Davis, the metaphor Messiah, is
He's here. Chat. Happy birthday, Jay Davis.
Do you want to hear French? It's knocking on my door.
What? What's knocking on your door, French?
I think it's my neighbor.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, go ahead. That'd be kind of.
I'm gonna go.
Be kind of interesting. Go ahead. Well, I'm playing this game right now. Thanks. I don't know if you heard Real Talk, but let's listen to the Frenchy band. Like French is it's so foreign to us North Americans. Look at that crazy goal. Super shot. I was a victim of the super shot. I only won 1 goal and I used up all my steroids. I want more steroids. Here we go. Here we go. Frenchie Ben. Okay. Here we go. Come on. Okay, that's my stick move. A big right off his helmet. Here it is. That's not the shoot button. Oh, that's the shoot button. I always get the shoot button, the pass button, which can be a real problem if you're playing a hockey game. Oh, big save. Why I oughta. Cover it. Come on, pick up the puck. There we go. Oh, this hurts Frenchie Ben doing French. Come on. No, big save. Do you have any cheese? I am your neighbor. Give me some cheese. I am your neighbor. I have cheese and cigarettes for you. Well, thank you very much. I remember when we listened to we did like an all-night thing one night, and it was like a party, and during the playoffs, and Jermaine Dion, he the Germinator, he ordered pizza in French, and the guy came over there. It was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I
don't know if it was pizza. I think it was chicken.
Pizza and chicken? Oh, that sounds.
No, he was ordering chicken.
Oh, you remember? God, you remember everything. Yeah, that's right. He's ordered chicken or pizza. That's the last time I heard French. Well, actually,
were you hearing what I was saying?
Yeah, I heard that your neighbor wanted some cigarettes and cheese. And then you happily obliged, which is quite nice of you, Frenchie Ben, to do that.
Oh, he wanted some contact glue.
Oh, he wanted glue?
Yeah.
So it was a neighbor thing.
He's a manual guy.
I had a vibe that it was like a neighbor thing. You know what I mean? Like a neighbor came over for just to get stuff. That's weird. That's so funny. Oh man.
But he knocks on my door every time I do a show with you.
Oh, does he really? No, maybe once. Does he listen? Maybe turn him into a big fan.
Oh, he hates Anglos.
Does he really? He actually says that? I would never.
Oh yeah, he's an old French guy. So.
Oh, he's an old guy. But I mean, like,
he's 65, I think.
I don't get that. Like forget the racial element, or like, oh wow, it's terrible, he's racist. You know, I mean, fuck that. If you want to be racist, go ahead, be my fucking guest. But I don't get it from this perspective. You miss out on a bunch of cool shit with other people. Like, you know, if I was that way, I wouldn't be able to function here. I would have never met like certain people or had a lot of fun with somebody. Or, you know, if I had that attitude, it's just like you're only hurting yourself in the end. You know, There's got to be some Anglos. That's so funny. First of all, I'm not
But in Quebec, we have the two types. We have old Anglos who doesn't speak French, and we have old Francos who don't speak English, and they hate each other.
Really? How bad is it? It's not violent. It's just like everybody's nasty to each other.
No, it's soft. But in the 70s, up to the 70s, it was tougher.
No kidding. That's so strange. Do you think he came over because he heard you speaking English and he was aggravated by it? Maybe through the wall?
No, I don't think so.
No, you don't think so? That's
But he has lots of prejudged
yeah.
way of thinking.
Yeah, I don't know. He's hurting himself. You know,
Yeah.
he's hurting himself.
In today's world, you almost have to speak English or at least understand it.
Well, maybe that's I understand that. Like, I understand the French. You know, they want to do that here in France as well. Like, you know, because I'm only about 2 hours from the border. I understand protecting your culture and your language, and I agree with that. But I don't understand. I can't do anything that's not French. That I don't get. You know.
Okay, if I simplify for you,
Sure.
in Quebec,
Nice save.
at first it was the new France. The French took as far as Louisiana.
Yeah.
So and in 1759
Mm-hmm.
there was the Battle of the Plaine d'Abraham,
Mm-hmm.
and the Anglos won.
Yeah, that's true.
So
But that was a long time ago, and that was before there was an America. I'm familiar with that war. It was called the.
yeah, but there's a dynamic in here that our roots are really French
Yeah.
to lots of people, but
Mm-hmm.
the economic power was Anglo.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, I get that. Yeah, that's you guys had. Yeah, that's true. The economic power was because you have the
So
Americans.
till the 70s, people that were working in industries, they had no or almost none advancement because they were not speaking English or they were not English.
Oh, so
We're
did
some sort of a colony of the Brits.
yeah, I guess so. So like yeah, and then you have that the British, French, and then there was the war with what would become Americans. I just took steroids, by the way. And I don't understand like I just don't understand like being that way. You know, I know Americans that would be like, oh God, they're speaking French. You know, and I see Germans do that too. Oh, somebody's not speaking German. It makes me upset. I don't understand that. I don't get it.
But if you go in Montreal, you can live all your life in English, go to restaurants, have your life, and everything's fine.
So
And
there's
people go
basically
from French to English as
it's like that.
easy
It's like
as
here.
this.
It's probably a lot like here, you know. There we go, super goal. Yeah, it's probably a lot like here in Germany, and you can flip back and forth, and you kind of live that, you know, the whole way. I hate to say it, but I can do that here in Germany. I can just just live in an English bubble if I'd like, you know. But it's just you're hurting yourself. You're hurting yourself. You know, I make I don't get that. I don't know. I'm glad I was
But
born I'm glad we were born when we were
speaking,
born. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Does he like hockey?
I don't even know.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, like, isn't that like the cool part? Like, all right, the most international sport is soccer, but our sport is pretty international too. I mean, that was one of the things I found the most fascinating about it, because I never liked that rah football shit. Baseball players became assholes, and basketball, I just don't like the game all that much. It was a good game, it's just not for me. But hockey had like everybody, Finns and Swedes and I remember what's his name? He played in. He actually played out of Belfast. Owen Nolan. He was born in Belfast. I mean, I always thought that was one of the coolest things about hockey. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think I don't know. I don't get it. But people. Yeah, you can be racist. That's fine. I don't care.
It's more of a Nordic thing, hockey,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, fine.
it's international in that way.
Yeah, but it goes both ways too. Because I've heard Americans say horrible things about French people. That's kind of unwarranted.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you go to Montreal, and if you speak English, they won't give you directions. And they speak English, and you know it, and they're just doing it on purpose.
But it's not always true.
I
Some
know
people don't
that's
speak.
the point.
In the east of Montreal, people are more francophones than anything else.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's like...
So if you speak to them in French...
Back to you guys!
That was just the sound effect, don't worry.
Okay. Some of them won't answer because they don't know what to say.
They don't know what to say. I've seen it. That's what I always figure. I always figured it was bullshit, you know? But that's interesting. I don't know.
You know what's funny? When I was in Paris, the only person who gave me an attitude was an American girl.
Well, that's typical. It doesn't matter where she is.
She gave me the whatever.
I got to be honest with you. I stopped dating American women when I was living in the States. I totally threw in the towel. I did, and I have not dated an American girl since 2002. And no, I said I'd never go back. I gotta be honest with you, too needy. If their daddy missed too many dance recitals, holy shit. I mean, holy crap. Very, very needy.
I had fun with an American girl in Cancun in 2009.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, really? How was that? How'd that go? That must have been cool.
It was cool, but her friend was
Being an ass.
no, she was
What?
she was surprised by her friend attitude.
Like what?
She was kind of open.
Hey, yeah. Well, there's only one important story. Did you get sex?
Of course.
Yeah. That's why she was pissed off. She wasn't getting any sex.
Maybe that's why.
Oh, maybe. You know it as well as I do. Good.
I think you make a point there.
Frenchie Ben laying the pipe. laying the
American girls in Cancun.
Yeah. That's so funny. Oh, God, that must have been great. I mean,
it was cool.
That's one of the things. I mean, look, I don't regret being married, but I do. Like, the problem is when you're single, that shit doesn't happen enough, right? Unless you're like Don Juan or something.
You're right about that.
Yeah, it doesn't happen enough. But the thing is, when you're married, it can never happen. You know what I mean?
But you have opportunities because you seem confident.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. If you get confident, everybody gets a little more confident with drinks in them in Cancun too. I'm no different. But yeah, like those things, like those legendary things that used to happen to me on vacation and stuff that just can't happen anymore. I miss it. I don't even miss getting laid. I miss the thrill of the hunt. I miss that bitchy American girlfriend that's just jealous that you're getting along with her and she doesn't have a man. You know, I miss that story. That's the worst part of it. Yeah.
I have a trick for people during vacation because everybody gets caught in the same trap.
Yeah.
You have to drink at the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
So at the end you don't go home all tired.
No.
And then you chase women or men if you're
either way. Goes both ways.
In the last 4 days.
Why the last? Oh, because then you don't have to deal with them.
That's right.
You're
because
horrible.
Every time people go berserk, and they want more, and it becomes complicated.
I wish you lived by me. Yeah, complicated. Try. Is that the French? Is complicated? Does that mean for pain? Is that a French word for pain in the ass?
No, compliqué means complicated.
Yeah, complicated. I thought it means American girl being a dramatic pain in the ass. 20 seconds to go in the second period here.
It's 8-8?
What's that?
8-8 the score?
It was 8-8. It just, you'll see in a second.
Full top net.
This game's actually kind of fun, too. You know what would be better if I actually had a German friend, because I don't get along with it, because I'm old and I'm married. If I could get somebody and we could film us playing these games together, that would be kind of badass. I'm getting more steroids. I'm not losing this game. Steroids.
That guy is called Dead on Date.
Which one? This guy right here?
No, the friend that you want.
Yeah, but I'd have to bring this to him. That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah.
If Dave isn't playing a game that he enjoys, though, he kind of like spaces out. I don't think he's. And the thing is funny about Dead on Dave, he thinks he's like really good at video games, and he's terrible.
That's funny.
He's laughable. He's like one of those guys like, the game's cheating, you know?
The game is cheating.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he's like one of those guys. And he's horrible at video games. I mean, like, God fucking awful, you know? And he thinks he's good because he knows a lot of, like, video game history and stuff. But he's just bad at it. And he's always like, you know how you can tell somebody's bad at video games? He's like, well, hey, do you play that online? Are you in a league? You play competitively? And he's like, I like single-player games. Yeah, so you can fool yourself to thinking you're good. I remember I got NHL 96 for something called X-Band, all right? It was a modem that attached to the top of your Genesis. I thought I was a pretty good NHL player. Well, when I got online, it was the first time that I was able to play NHL on a console online by this little X-Band invention. I was terrible. I got my ass handed to me on the reg, you know? Not to mention it was like a 28.8 modem. It was terrible. But But yeah, so like you learn. So what happens is people play online, they play against other people, and they find out they're not that good, and that's dead on Dave. Terrible, absolutely terrible video games. But it's okay. He was rated. He always reminds me that he was rated in Madden one year, like in, I don't know, like 1999 or whatever it was. 11-9, 4 minutes to go. Here it is.
You want more hockey news?
Yeah. What do you got?
Okay, Jonathan Huberdeau from the Florida Panthers signed a 2-year deal.
Another must sign. Huberdeau, very underrated player because he plays over in Florida. The kid's got tons of talent, and I think could become a big star, big mainstream star in the future. Jonathan Huberdeau.
You have to check the Florida Panthers and the Columbus Blue Jackets this year.
I'm thinking. I'm going to make, I think, a crazy prediction. I'm actually going to say Winnipeg is not going to make the playoffs, and I might say the Florida Panthers will. The Calgary Flames will make the playoffs. I already guarantee that. But I'm thinking Winnipeg's not going to be. No, I'm sorry, Winnipeg. Ottawa. Ottawa's not going to make the playoffs. That's what I think. I think Ottawa's going to be a big embarrassment next year. That was it.
I'm on your side on that one.
I think they're going to be a big embarrassment. That was a fluke. Those guys do have a lot of heart, though, and I think obviously Stone could be a huge hot prospect. Of course, he won the Rookie of the Year this year, Calder Trophy. But I don't have a good feeling about that. And Jake, well, he's not right about a lot in hockey, but he is right about goalies. He is always right when goalies are overrated. So I think I'm going with the Jake on this one. He doesn't think that Christ Warrior. What's his name over there? The guy from Ottawa?
Hamburglar?
Yeah, the Hamburglar. I think that was a fluke. I hope I'm wrong. I'm not saying that to be a jerk.
They have Craig Anderson, and he has one good season, then one bad. One bad.
That is the problem. Craig Anderson has tons of talent.
He's like Sheldon Surrey.
Yeah.
One good year, one bad year.
Who was the guy? He was a small Montreal Canadiens goalie after the Y era. What's his name? He's short. He got really hot.
Jocelyn Thibault.
Thibault, yes, that's exactly what.
Jocelyn Thibault.
Yeah, was it Jocelyn Thibault? He got really hot, and then it just didn't work out after a while. Everybody thought, but he was very short, if I remember correctly.
Yes, he was.
And he got really hot, and everybody was really happy. He had a French goalie back in net, and it didn't really last.
No,
it didn't last at all.
He made a good tandem 1 year with Andy Moog.
Yeah, Andy Moog. Boy, Andy Moog is still at a... I forgot Andy Moog even played for them. God, he played forever. Played with the Oilers, played for the Bruins, played for the Canadiens. The great Andy Moog.
Stars, I guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe the North Stars, I think.
Yeah. Yes, he did he play for the North Stars? I didn't know he played for the North Stars.
I'm not sure about that one. He played for the Stars.
I think he won a cup in Edmonton, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably.
I think he did. Like as a starter. After Grant Fuhr left, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
I'm going to check. Check.
I think it was Gretzky's last cup, if I'm not mistaken. His last one with Edmonton. Or he might have even won one with Messier. Who was the goalie in 1990?
Probably with Messier in
Messier,
90.
Yeah. But I think he played with Grutz, if I'm not mistaken. I think he backed up. And then, or maybe it was Bill Ranford. Come to think of it. Could have been Bill Ranford. All right,
you see, the last year he played for the Oilers was in 86, 87, but he was there from 82 to 87. So he won cups there.
He did win cups there. Okay. I don't know. Did he do it as a starter, though? That's what I'm wondering. 1 minute to go, Frenchie Ben. Uh-oh. Big. Oh, no. Okay, I got to concentrate now. 1 minute to go. It's tied. 55 seconds left. Oh, come on. Don't screw this up. No, big save by the goalie. Come on. Here's the breakaway. Big save. I'm going to play.
Take steroids.
Oh, no. Oh, they tipped it in their own net. They tipped it in their own net. 44 seconds to go. They tipped in their own net. All I got to do is hold on. Watch me. If I get the puck, I'm going to be really cheap about it.
Do you have a timeout?
No, I'm up. I'm up by 1 goal. It was them. They had a deflection. It wasn't me for a change. You believe that? And they're fighting. And it goes off. Oh, God. No. Oh, big save by Wah. Oh, come on. Get in there. 25 seconds left. Oh, got to put another quarter in for the last 25 seconds. Here it is. I'm going behind the net. Looking. looking for behind the net, and puts it on the net. We're actually just killing time right now. 12 seconds. I could actually win one of these, Frenchie Ben. 9, 8. Here it is. Puts it on net.
7,
Shoots. Save.
5.
2, 1. It's it. The Reds win. We win. They lose. And there's lots of chicks on the ice.
That's good.
Oh, that was fun. I said I was going to play all sorts of games, but I don't really. That's never going to work again. I'm just going to play a game. I'm going to put a headline in. And, yeah, that's about it. That's my new plan. How's everybody doing in the chat? You guys take it easy.
Real Talk just left.
Yeah, Real Talk just left video release party. Hey, good luck there. Is video release? Yeah, I guess the new video. Go have a great time. Well, Real Talk's just having the time of his life over there, huh?
He seems to, yes.
BI Drug Morning. Jacques Lemaire. Tim O'Leary. Yeah. Yeah, you get a gold star. Yeah, I did.
It was his birthday yesterday, Real Talk.
You talked to him yesterday?
No, it was his birthday yesterday.
Yes, it was. I did him a belated birthday. I wrote it this morning. I thought, well, actually, it might have been still his birthday, his time when I wrote that. Come to think of it, being over here. But yes, I got to it late. I was a little embarrassed because I didn't fill it in right away when I got my stupid reminder on everybody's birthday.
Okay.
I don't know. Let's see. How long have we been broadcasting?
1 hour, 28 minutes.
1 hour, 28 minutes. That's a long time.
That's the time of the call.
Well, here's what I want to do. I'm going to go have a cigarette.
Yep.
And, yeah, that's my big plan. I'm going to go have a cigarette, and then we're going to finish up with all the hockey news, whatever you got. I'm going to talk like human beings so I can kind of concentrate. I think that's going to be my move. You know what I mean?
Because I still have things for you.
Good. We're going to go over whatever you have left. Make sure you stick around, folks, because me and Frenchie Ben are going to wrap things up. I'm actually going to go through Puck Daddy's list, or Puck Daddy's stuff. Frenchie Ben's got stuff. We'll be right back in a few minutes. See you around. Staying around. And you can call in, 718-395-7660, Skype Point. But wait till I come back, you genius.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Real talk. Video release party in Las Vegas. You want to check his stuff out? Check out Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah. That's Jay Davis, channel Jay Davis, right here on YouTube. Yeah. If you want to give us a call, now be the time, because we're going to go over the hockey news or whatever Ben has left. It's been a pretty good show. I think from now on, I think what I'm going to do now, Frenchie Ben, you there?
Yep.
Yeah. I think what I'm doing right now is I'm not going to concentrate in the game. I'm just going to, because this show's a work in progress. It's like In the Crease was not always in the crease, and then we got a real staple. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to really advertise the game or the fact that I'm playing games. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play whatever game I feel like. Something like I was a lot more comfortable talking to you because I knew that game a little better.
The zombie game is a great game.
Well, that one I have to do on Twitch. I can't really do that here because people will be like, what the fuck? It's H1Z1, man. The only problem is, as new as my computer is, it's probably not powerful enough to run H1Z1 and see it effectively. It actually affects my gameplay a little bit. But I'm in an H1Z1 clan, and we all get together and build it in survival mode, and we go up against other zombie clans that are trying to survive. How come I can't turn this down? All right, fine, it's down. Let's go to hockey news. I'm going to actually put on my my Nito Mosquito web browser.
While you do that, I can bring you 2 or 3 news from Montreal.
Yeah, let's hear what you got. Well, go ahead.
They had last week their golf tournament, and during the tournament, Michel Therrien was asked if there is going to be a captain this year, and him and Marc Bergevin answered yes. So I expect Pacioretty to become the next captain.
I think that would be quite wise. I like that idea.
But yesterday, with PK's donation, there's some rumblings and mumblings that it could have a link with that.
He should not get the captaincy because he donated money. He should get the captaincy. I mean, that's great what he did, but I think that's got to remain on the ice. I don't think that's a very good idea. I don't agree with that. It's wonderful what he did, but the ability to donate or organize money, I don't think translates to leadership necessarily on the ice. But taking absolutely nothing away from what he did, I disagree with that, Frenchie Ben. I disagree.
During his press conference, he talked for a minute in French, and it was great. He was good.
Yeah, that's true.
He's blending with the city and the province, and he's kind of a Gary Carter.
Like Gary. Oh, really?
The
great Gary Carter, one of my favorite baseball players. I'll never forget. I'm one of those rare guys. I'm actually a Yankees and a Mets fan. That's a little unusual. But I do root for the Mets, and that's the first World Series in my memory was when Gary Carter won the championship with the 1986 New York Mets. I have an idea. You have a story. Now I have a story. How about that? This coming from Sean Leahy of Puck Daddy. German fans mounting protest after hockey mascot fired. And this is good. You're going to like this. Adler Mannheim of the German DEL defeated Joey McDonald and the Schweinweiger Wild Wings. Schweinweiger? I'm not even saying that like
I
Schweinweiger
can
Wild
say
Wings.
that.
I think they're still in preseason, the DEL, so I think that's like maybe a third division team. Last Friday, the takeaway from the game wasn't Mannheim's first victory of the season. Okay, no, I guess they're in the first league now. I've never heard of the Schweinweiger Wild Wings. Never heard of them. Wasn't Mannheim's first victory, but instead involved a mascot and rival fans on a silly decision. Following the game, the Mannheim's mascot, the lovable scamp named Udo, who happens to be an oversized hamster, had some fun with the group and Schweinweiger fans in attendance. A little too much fun, and I'm going to play the video right now because it's hysterical. I'll show you what German hockey's all about. There he is. Forget a little pause here. Let me back it up. Here's the Schweinweiger video. Let's turn the volume down. And what happened? Oh shit! I lost my thing here real quick. Oh! Look what he does! Look what he did! He pulled his arms like he was banging abroad. He did the whole thing. Well, and then he flipped the bird, and a few suggested gestures towards opposing fan got Udo, the actor inside, fired from the gig. So he did the old he flipped everybody the bird. This behavior is unacceptable. We have apologized to Schweinweiger and notified the agency that we have no longer want the actor. Adler manager director Matthias Binder told Bild magazine. That is not enough values. We have children and young people in the audience. I don't know.
He thought he was in Cancun.
Yeah. Yeah, good point. So that's my story. What do you got next, Frenchie Ben? We can do this. We can go back and forth. I think this is a good bit for the future.
Galchenyuk will play as a center this year. It's less interesting, but
that's good for Galchenyuk.
At least being a center, he's gonna be aligned.
Yes. Well, I think that's a good deal. How do you feel about the Montreal Canadiens going forward? Are you in the kind of in that mode where you like it's the beginning of the season, you got everything's kind of ahead of you. How do you think Montreal's going to do this year? Or you're not one of those fans? Maybe you're just like, I'm going to take it how it comes.
Offensively, I don't know what to expect. I think, like the Rangers, the Montreal Canadiens will get less points than last year.
Agreed.
But they still be around 100 points.
Yes. I think the Rangers, I don't expect them to do as well as this year. I think they cut the heart of the team out, mostly due to salary cap and the decision to keep Nash. But I think they're probably going to have mirror seasons in a lot of ways.
But I think, yes.
Yeah.
But I think they do some things backwards, because I would have put Galchenyuk as a center and trade Plekanec during the summer. I would have traded Plekanec and Tom Gilbert to get a left winger.
Really? So you're still of the mindset that you guys need more firepower. Bottom line, so a stronger winger was. Well,
yes, and Plekanec, he has proved that during the playoffs he vanishes. So I don't want him anymore, even though he's a complete player. He's probably the most complete and best player of the team, if you don't count Price.
Well, we were talking about mirror images. That sounds like Rick fucking Nash.
Yeah, but in your case, you lost Martin St. Louis, and you traded Hagelin for Emerson Eaton, and I don't think it's enough.
No, they got rid of Hagelin because they didn't want to re-sign him. And
but offensively, you're less scary.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. They left scary. Hagelin was the speed of the team. He was our Michael Grabner in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yes. Even better.
Let's see. Deb sent me something on Twitter. This This is me right now. Sad face. The excruciatingly painful, awkward press conference was awful. That is all. Oh, I guess the
From Patrick King?
yeah. Did he show up for camp today?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, but he criminally he's not charged of anything, so they don't have choice.
Oh no, they can't keep him out if they want to. I mean, Greg Wyshynski suggested that they should do something. What can they do legally? Guy's been charged with a crime. You know,
That guy has listened too much of the film Minority Report.
yeah, good point. Well, you know what my dad said to me? He's 100% behind Kane. He doesn't buy it whatsoever. And he said this. First of all, I don't know. Did you see my video that I did criticizing Jen Neal?
Yep.
My dad said that she is. I mean, I don't want to sound like, oh, my dad said it was wrong, but I did talk to some other people as well. He said that she's 100% wrong as far as criminal courts go, as far as money settlements. They're not that common. In fact, they're extremely rare. What happens in a criminal case is what you do is you plead guilty to something of a lesser crime. That's normal in critical case, but money pleads aren't as common. And they shouldn't be common at all because we're talking about rape. We're talking about something that's like a hair's ass off a murder, you know, it is rape. And and my dad said, he put it to me this way. He said, what's the difference between a woman coming up to you and saying, you give me whatever's in your wallet right now or I yell rape? And what's going on with Patrick Kane?
I don't know if it's pushing too far. We don't know what happened in that case.
We don't know what happened either way. She could be telling the truth. She may want this whole thing to go away. But here's the thing. And I know in certain states, but I don't know which ones, you can't do it. If she, in some states, maybe in New York State, you can't just simply accuse somebody of rape, cancel a grand jury, and just, all right, I dropped the charges now. I got my $1 million. I don't know that even if because he's going to pay her to drop the charges.
It's not done yet.
Yeah, it's going to get done. Believe me, because he's showing up for camp.
Probably, yes.
Yeah, I think I can safely. I haven't said anything safely about this yet. I can safely say that Patrick Kane is not going to be charged with rape.
It smells like the Mike Ribeiro case.
It does smell, but see, the Ribeiro case is different because what happened in the Ribeiro case, that was a civil case, that's a little more, that's normal. That's normal.
That's more normal.
That's more common. So Jen Neal was incorrect, from my sources, my dad, that civil cases get finished off this way. And he says, even if this is the case, how is this not blackmail? How is this not blackmail? If he raped, doesn't the district attorney have an obligation to say, hey, I don't care if you get money from this guy or not. He raped you. I got to keep a rapist off the streets of Buffalo. I'm starting to think this is bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
Personally, I don't know what to think. I think we need a little bit more time.
We're not getting it because here's the thing about these agreements, Frenchie Ben. They're both going to sign an agreement that they're never allowed to talk about it.
Yeah, but if they do, it means that the two parts are agreeing on that compensation. So
yes.
It's their thing. It's their thing and not mine.
Should we, in a Western world, in Canada, the United States, be settling rape through money to solve this problem?
It would be bizarre if it's that.
That's exactly what's going to happen. I guarantee, Frenchie Ben, as sure as my name is Tommy Callanan, that's going to happen. That is why he is in camp. We're never going to find out what happened.
You're going too fast. We don't know.
I absolutely know. He showed up for camp. He's buying this girl off.
Yeah, but she agrees. She didn't agree yet. But
but
if
she
agrees, she agrees.
Yeah, she agreed. Because
it means that probably, like you said, she doesn't have enough proof to bring it to a criminal court.
That's exactly. Well, no, she hasn't. Here's the thing. They probably have enough for the indictment. But they probably don't have enough for a slam dunk put you in jail. So here's what happened.
That's why. So that's why they cut.
Here's the thing.
The apple.
You get these he said, she said arguments where you like, all right, the physical evidence says sexual contact. Patrick Kane says one thing. Look, I thought it was consensual sex. She says I was yelling stop the whole time and he didn't listen. There's no way to prove that one way or another. So what happens is a jury decides who's telling the truth. It's not even based on any kind of physical evidence. It's just based on who's telling the truth. So Patrick Kane's looking at it. I didn't rape this girl, but if I'm ever going to play hockey again, because if I get charged with this crime, I'm done. They're going to void off me. And I could face jail time whether I did it or not. And in her situation...
Because like you said, if they had a sexual relationship,
yes,
if it was rape or consensual, they have physical proof of it.
No.
But then to prove that it's a rape, it's something else.
It's something else. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So it's probably, and I don't think that's justice. Because there's two problems here.
If it's the case, but we don't know.
There's two problems here. If this settlement goes like I 99.9% think it's going to go, it's two problems. We're saying that rapists, rich, you can be rich and rape. And the other problem is it's open season on wealthy and to do men. It's okay.
That can be true too. Yes.
It's that's not justice. That's not the way the system was set up. That's not the way it was intended.
No, of course, but if you can prove totally a rape, then you cut the apple in half.
And I think it's easy for a lot of people to say, like, and I was hard on Ribeiro. I mean, because that was just about money.
To me, what is sad is not the Patrick Kane case. It's those cases who are the same and that people that are involved in it doesn't have money and that finishes with nothing.
Yeah.
In a dead end.
I got news for you, pal. That was you or me. We're going to a grand jury. We're getting indicted, and it's going to be a he said, she said, and you got to hope to God that the jury believes you. And when you go in there,
it's like,
I
think you're right.
And you go in there and say, yeah, we had sex, and I thought it was okay, and she left the room, and there was no problem, and that's all you have to say. And she says he beat the shit out of me and raped me, and then you're in a bad spot just being as a man. Right there, right then. You're in a horrible situation. This should be illegal.
But you know what? If I was a well-known celebrity, I would film everything that goes on in my house and outside my house.
Here's the thing, and I hate saying this, all right?
In a closed circuit.
Yeah. You almost have to. But here's the thing, and I hate saying this because I'm all about free love, free markets. I'm loose on drug use. I have a very libertarian. I live my life in a very libertarian way. I encourage other people to do that if they so choose. But talking to my dad, and I was like, he said, like, well, I guess he put himself in a bad position. I said, Dad, like, this is the way we were in the Army. We met a girl at the bar. We took her back to the barracks. It's not illegal. You sign her in, and you leave, and if sex happens, it happens. Now we weren't beating the shit out of them or raping them. But that's what adults do. That's how people make love. So how did he put himself in a bad position? And he said, you don't have the money as a soldier. And you basically forfeit your right. Not your right, but you have to be insane to do this. If you're a professional athlete, you cannot have one-night stands. This period, it's done. You can't, and I ended up agreeing with him. And I hate saying that because, I mean, like, my youth was filled with one-night stands and drinking and having a great time. And thankfully, nothing bad ever happened. Jersey Jason broke his leg. But that was another story. But that was like the worst thing that happened. I mean, that was the worst thing. And I understand it get out of trouble. But if you're a well-to-do man, you got to give up that part of your life, man. You got to be like Prince and have like a whole, like, or Tom Cruise and send a whole bunch of Scientologists in to scan the girl first. Otherwise, it is Minority Report, quite coincidentally. You can't do it.
How old is Patrick Kane?
I'd say 26. I was doing that at 26. And probably not as well. I don't think he put himself in a bad position. I think it's because you can buy off. If you're rich, you can buy off a rapist, and if you know how to work the system, you can trap some guy like this. And I think, yes, I'm saying it right now. I think he got trapped. I don't
know, but that's why young sports players marry young, or the teams they They love when players are engaged
Oh
at a
yeah,
young age.
because this can't happen. I
There's
find
less
it
chances.
I find it disgusting that he can't be a normal 27-year-old guy. I find it repulsive. I'd like to know that if I was successful, that I could still live a normal life. What is Dr.
But in
King
that
say?
case, I want to take time.
Mhm.
I'm gonna wait till the agreement, and then I'll judge.
The agreement will be like this. There's an agreement. We're not allowed to talk about it. That's the end of it. Everybody goes like, that's what it's going to be like. That's what American law is like. Like I said, this isn't justice. This is the justice system, and there's a problem. Why? We have a
Because
rapist. We have a rapist
in,
on our hands, or we have a gold digger that just encouraged everybody to do this because you can win and do this. That's what happened.
because I listen in a sports radio in Montreal,
Yeah.
and there was a lawyer that
Mhm.
that explained that in Canada you cannot have some sort of agreement like that.
Nor should you. American justice system probably would have a lot to learn from that. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. And I don't judge. I'm not going to judge anybody who's like, well, I think he did it. You know what? That's fine because you know about as much as I fucking do. So my opinion's worth about as much as you do. I am saying it right now. I've given a lot of thought. I've seen the way the thing worked out. We're never going to. Patrick Kane does not want to put his life in the balance of a bunch of dopes that can't figure out how to get out of jury duty. And I don't blame him. Ribeiro, does that make me a hypocrite? No, because it was just about money. You should have protected your reputation. I don't want to go on a he said she. I started thinking about it. Like all the times I had sex in the army, or God forbid, I picked up a girl at a bar. Any one of them could have fucked me like this. Ruined my life.
Oh yes.
Ruined my life. And I never did anything. And by the way, I would have been accused. I'm almost 40. I would have been accused by now. I lived a normal life, had a normal sex life. And I hate it that Patrick Kane can't do that. It hurts me.
I don't follow the case, but does Bill Cosby is getting away with murder?
Yeah, not really, but his thing's a little different because the statute of limitations is over. Do you know
That's
what that is?
stupid.
Yeah, well, they don't. It's only the only. I think the only crime for it has no limit on statute of limitations is murder.
Okay.
And I got to be honest with you, I'd like to keep it that way because this rape stuff is subjective. What's his name? The girl with the big ass on TV that everybody's always screaming about with her butt.
Kardashian?
Yes, her father was a great man. Do you know what he did after the OJ trial? Because he was on the Dream Team.
Hey, he gave all his money, I guess.
I don't know if he did that, but maybe he did. I don't know. He should have.
No, I think it's Shapiro that did that.
Shapiro might have gave some money. But here's what Kardashian did. He knew that there were men sitting in jail that didn't rape somebody. So what he did is he set up a charity where you donate enough money to get these guys that have been in jail for 20, 30, 15, 10, 5, most of their lives in for rape. And what they do is they didn't have DNA evidence at the time, and they do the tests to see if it matched. And what happens is when the tests don't match, you get out of prison. There was a stream of men coming out of prison. And guess what, Frenchie Ben? Big surprise. Most of them had darker skin than me.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. False accusation. People don't know who they got raped by because they were blindsided. It happens all the time. I don't blame Patrick White.
I think 2 years ago there was a woman in Boston, I guess.
Yeah.
That was arrested because she was doing some analysis for the police.
Mm-hmm.
She was analyzing drugs and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
and she was known to be the fastest in her work
Mm-hmm.
because she didn't analyze things.
Yeah.
She was receiving a bag of soap and saying it's cocaine.
Oh my God.
And the person was going. There's 900 cases like that just for her.
Are you kidding me? Can you imagine?
Yeah,
that?
she was inventing what was in the bag or what she was supposed to analyze.
What a psychopath.
Yeah, that's a psychopath.
Yeah, that's a psychopath. Wow. Can you imagine that? Your life, yeah. Just everybody probably thought she was brilliant.
Yeah, she was promoted.
Yeah, she
She
promoted
was
all the time.
known
Hey, look at
as
all
the
these people
best.
you're putting in jail. What a great job you're doing. Well, thanks.
You have to be crazy to do
That's a
these
psychopath.
kinds of
That's
things.
got to be a psychopath. That's only
Yeah,
concerned about.
2% of the population.
Yeah, they're around. I know. I met a few. I met a few.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw a debate with all of them yesterday.
Yeah.
But do you want to come back to
Yeah.
hockey?
Well, I want to do Daniel Carcillo puts his money where his mouth is, and he retires from the NHL to help other players. With
He
I guess
retired.
done. Daniel Carcillo. Chicago,
Oh yeah.
this from Josh Cooper, Puck Daddy, Chicago Blackhawks forward Daniel Carcillo officially retired from playing hockey Thursday, but he hopes his legacy will impact the game and continue, even though he's no longer will suit up for a team. Oh God, he's too young. Carcillo
Has he
made
put his mouth into it, or is
yeah.
too?
Here it is. Carcillo's immediate goal is to help players with their transition from playing the sport into the real world.
Okay.
You know, I got to be honest with you. Although I don't understand why you retired that young. I don't know how you could walk away from the game like that. But that's just my. But you know what? That's we were talking about PK before. This is honorable too. This is really
Yes.
honorable.
Yes.
Um,
And players need that.
Absolutely. They do need that. I'm sure that's 100% true. I could use some help. I mean, there's all sorts of programs and stuff in the Army, but it's tough to break away from that sort of shielded lifestyle and then, sort of shielded lifestyle and then move somewhere else, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess, I don't understand it, but good for him. If that's where your heart lies, go for it, and if it's coming from Daniel Carcillo, you're getting the truth because that could not have been an easy decision.
Oh, he's a no nonsense guy. He's crazy, but he's no nonsense.
He's a little psycho too, but no, he is. He was a good player too. If he wasn't so nutty with the drugs and stuff and doing crazy stuff, I think he could have been a much more effective player. I liked him when he was on my team. And I think the Penguins, the Blackhawks, I think he probably I think the Flyers. I think everybody knows in my area, my hockey area, what an impact player Daniel Carcillo could be at times. And
He's a guy that I always respected.
yeah. Best of luck to Daniel Carcillo. Well, your turn. What do you got?
One thing I wanted to talk to you about was I made a list of players that received a tryout from teams, and
Okay.
maybe we could say if we think it's gonna work.
Okay, that sounds like fun.
The first one is Thomas Fleischman in Montreal.
Thomas Fleischman, Montreal.
He's a player from Czech Republic, so maybe he's a friend of Plekanec. If the tryout works, he could be on the same line with Plekanec and Simon.
How old is he? I always want to know how old they are.
Oh, good question.
Yeah.
I'm going to check. Fleischman. Another player that received a tryout is the goalie Jonas Gustafsson with the Boston Bruins. He was with the Detroit Red Wings.
Jonas Gustav, I think his name is Gustav.
Gustafsson.
Gustafsson. I think he could probably make that team. I mean, Detroit's sort of a possession. He's going from one possession team to another.
No, but his tryout is with the Boston Bruins.
With the Bruins. Well, the Bruins' possession team last year. Look at their Corsi numbers; they were great. That's why they make the playoffs.
He could be their second goalie.
Yeah, that could work, I suppose. With Tuukka, but Tuukka's not going anywhere. I don't care how overrated Tuukka is supposed.
Another guy, I think we will see what Tuukka Rask is really about when Chara retires.
Yeah.
I think Chara makes goalies look better.
I'm sure that's the case. Dennis Seidenberg, you can throw him on that list as well. the thing is about I don't think Tuukka's as bad as like all of a sudden he's overrated. You know, last year he was like a genius, ever so overrated. I really believe, and I've said this ad nauseum, that the after the Boston Bruins lost the Blackhawks in 13, they decided that they had to be more like the Blackhawks and not more like the Bruins. And I think that forever screwed them up. And I think it screwed up Tuukka too. I don't like the changes they made. It's like Joe Cronin said in October of last year. Who are the Boston Bruins? I don't know who they are anymore. So
He's right about that.
Yeah, I don't know. What else you got?
Another player who has a tryout, it's with the Buffalo Sabres, Patrick Kaleta. He signed an AHL contract, but he has a tryout with the big team.
The Canucks. Patrick Kaleta, right? Yeah, that's what.
Kaleta with the Sabres.
Sabres? Again?
Yeah, he was playing there.
He was playing. He went to the Canucks, though, right? I think that's what Harrison Mooney was freaking out about.
No, from what I read, he stays. He
stays. Oh, so he's going to try there. Well, the life of an enforcer.
But he's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, he's kind of an ass. He's been in tons of suspension trouble.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when you're getting players like Evander Kane, Jack Eichel, you know, you never know. Buffalo might be half decent or at least a pain in the ass next year.
Yeah, he's a pest.
I don't see him fitting in.
In Chicago, there's 3 players who received the tryout. Mm-hmm. The first one is Dan Paille from the Boston Bruins. Mm-hmm. Then Michal Rosibal, who played with the Blackhawks last year. And the last one is the defenseman from the Islanders, Lubomir Vishnevsky.
The only one that I think will make the team out of everybody you made was Paille.
Paille, I think, yes. Maybe Vishnevsky.
Vishnevsky?
He still moves good, and he's a great passer. He's old. I think he's 38, 39.
Well, thanks for not retiring, Vishnevsky.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks for keeping us Generation X guys still in the game. Oh, for Christ's sakes.
And you had a question about Fleischmann, his age. He's 31.
Yeah, maybe you're right. You can make it. It's still young enough. That's still not young enough to play hockey. You have a lot of hockey in you left. For sure.
Yeah, some players are really banged up when they are in their 30s. Mm-hmm. But I don't know in his case.
Should I show a picture of Cronin's? Has Cronin's kid ever been on his television show? Or on his show? Have we ever seen pictures of him in the... did he ever put pictures up of his son?
If I've seen his son?
Yeah.
I did. Okay. I watched the unboxing videos.
Now I don't... If you look at your screen right now, it is 1 year ago today, on the 17th of September, me, Joe Cronin, Boston Troy, Joe Cronin's little son there, his baby girl at the time. Well, I guess she's getting big now. She's running around and walking. And Leah, we went to Salem, New York. Or Salem, Massachusetts, and we saw like the witch trial thing. And I'm looking at the picture right now. That's Cronin's little boy. And just you believe it? That was a year ago. Probably one of the best Monday Night Raw views ever because I was there, right?
Of course.
That was a fun one. I think it was one of the more memorable ones, I think. Do you remember the one when I went to Boston?
No, I haven't seen...
You've never seen that one?
No, I haven't seen it because I follow you since October.
Oh, really? I think there was another... Oh, it was only...
No, I tell you, the first time I called and I watched your show, it was the Lady Boychuk signing.
Really? Was it before that?
Yes.
I got to go back and check. I don't believe you. Dr. Deek, you better have cash. Reserve a great publicist. That's sad, Dr. Deek, if you're still listening. Ugh. But it was a year ago.
Other players who have a tryout are in Florida, David Booth and Martin Avlat.
I remember Martin Avlat was good.
Avlat is good. He's always injured.
Yeah. I think
and David Booth, since he was concussed, he's not the same player.
It's amazing what these concussions can do to you. Just change you. God, when I was
A
a
guy
kid,
that go for it.
nah, just when I was a kid, they just like, are you okay? Good, get out there,
Yeah,
Now it's
that's
just
right.
like your fucking life's over. But go ahead, Frenchie Ben.
Because I had some concussions when I was young. That's why I'm crazy today.
I had 2 or 3. I never had the symptoms that Joe had. Joe had real bad ones, but like memory loss and stuff like that. But I had 2. I've. Whoa! What do we got? How come it doesn't put the money up? What do you think? Even though I'm watching right now, I'm putting you in one hell of a show. How come I don't cancel? Oh, I couldn't even see how much money it was. We got a donation from the Real Talk, Metaphor Messiah, and let's check this out. That's very, very nice of him. I didn't actually, because I had your picture over it, and that was kind of my fault. But let's see what he donated. Congratulations to he gave me nice 5 buckaroos, and we're starting from the bottom because all the other money's gone. But thank you very much for Real Talk, Metaphor Messiah. Even though I'm not watching right now, I know you're putting in one hell of a show. SFTP for life, Real Talk. Thank you, Real Talk. I really appreciate that.
Thank you, Real Talk.
You're the best, buddy. You're the best. I feel like
He's
I've known
cool.
him like my whole life. It's so weird, with these guys.
He's
What
a
were you
cool
talking
guy.
about? What were you talking about?
Another guy that received a tryout. I was surprised about that. It's with the Kings. The goalie Peter Budaj.
I think he's good.
He's good, but he had his wrist cut last year.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's right. I don't know if that's enough. I think Peter Budaj at times performed very well for you when Price was out.
Oh yeah, he did.
I think he's a very good goalie, possibly underrated. I mean, you got to wonder about these guys that play under. Look at Tablet now in Edmonton. I don't know that he can't be a starter. I'm going to say this right now. I don't know that he can't be a starter in the National Hockey League, Peter Budaj. And by the way, he's like really into MMA. And by the way, I really, really wish that he would have fought Marc-Andre Fleury because that would have been funny.
He's in MMA.
Yeah. Peter's like into kung fu and karate and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think is he a religious dude?
I don't know. That stuff just goes over my head.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, oh really? Well, I believe in the Lord, and the Lord, really, is a hockey game on?
Jesus Christ is your savior.
I'm talking about the Lord. Oh, that doesn't mean I can't watch the hockey game. You can talk about the Lord in the other room.
Go listen to Shawn Michaels and see how good a person he is.
Well, he changed. I met Sean.
Oh yeah.
I met Sean. Dave probably met him, talked to him longer than I did, but I talked to him. He just finished a match and his shirt was off and he was kind of smelly. And he gave me a DVD.
The boy toy.
Yeah. He was very personable. I liked him. I'd heard all that. That was his second run, the WWE. But I liked him. I thought he was okay. I was actually thinking, boy, everybody thinks this guy's an asshole. He seems okay to me. But apparently he was an asshole at one point, or is part of the time.
I think he was a total asshole.
Yeah. Do you like him? I was not a big fan of his. I know he's a great wrestler, but he wasn't my guy.
He wasn't my guy, but I respect the work.
Yeah, same here. That's Dave and Joe's guy.
He's one of the best workers ever in wrestling.
Yeah, you can make the argument maybe the best. I would even go that far. But I just like the boy toy thing, the music, it just was a total turnoff from a gimmick standpoint. I never really
I didn't like that.
Yeah, it just wasn't my thing. It was too feminine. I don't know. But
and the Rockers were a great team.
I like the Rockers. I didn't like Sean. I guess I was really hurt when he put Marty Jannetty's head through a play class window.
Yeah. Marty is still in the same hole.
Yeah. He's still got his head in a window.
Yeah. I think so.
Oh, poor Marty Jannetty. Things didn't work out for old Marty, did they? He's a good wrestler, too. He's an excellent wrestler, Marty Jannetty. Couldn't keep.
But the other day, I know you're a Roddy Piper fan.
Big one.
And I watched an old match in Portland. Against who was the guy? I don't even remember. It was good.
Really?
Yeah, when I listen to wrestling, I listen to the Raw reviews and I watch what they post on the WWE channel.
Mm-hmm.
But I only watch old school wrestling.
Old school wrestling. You like the old stuff. I'm trying to
Oh
remember
yeah, and sometimes really old in the 40s, 50s.
Really? You're that into it?
Sometimes I'm
Really?
not listening to that every day.
Well, come to think of it, you heard of the WCCW then, the one with
Yeah,
the Von Erics,
Von
right?
Erichs.
Yeah. That's what Shawn Michaels gave me. He gave me the WWE story about the Von Erichs and
Okay.
that tragedy. You believe I watched that in Iraq alone? All the Von Erichs died. I did. It's a good movie though. It was a good documentary. I really enjoyed the shit out of it. But what a horror
I
show!
don't think I've seen it.
It's good. Well, if you like train wrecks, and you know
Yeah,
me.
but I should look that.
Yeah. NHL 16 came out this week.
And Peary has his copy.
Yeah. Yes, he does. That's right. He posted it on Twitter. Yeah. He has his
Pure Pustinen.
Pustinen. I think you got right. Pure Pustinen. Let's talk about Pure a little bit. Pure a little bit. I agree with him now. The call that he made that just baffled me. I think he's right. I don't know. Maybe he's English. I think what he's saying is Stamkos doesn't want to be there. They're deep enough. Why get in a situation with that you're battling or having this contract hang over your head all season? Trade him now. I think what Fury's saying is they're begging Stamkos. Stamkos has no intention of re-signing. The more and more I think about it, the more and more I think he's right.
On that subject, I've listened to Pierre McGuire, and I agree with him that if I was the Lightning, I would give myself till January 1st to sign him, and if he doesn't want, you trade him, and the return could be awesome.
Agree with him totally. Oh my God!
But if it was my choice, I wouldn't go that way. I would keep Stamkos and Johnson, and eventually trade Kucherov and probably Palat.
I don't know.
You keep the key players. You do like the Chicago Blackhawks. You keep the Kanes and the Assas and the Taves, and you change everybody around.
It makes sense, and here's the thing, like. I think Pierre knows something. I think he wants to go to Toronto. He's made up his mind.
There's some rumblings about that.
He just wants to go to Toronto, and he wants to go. It's a little bizarre because, like, I know we all want to play for our favorite team, but let's face it, NHL players rarely get to play for their favorite team.
Yep.
Rarely, even great ones. It doesn't happen very often. Wayne Gretzky did not get to play for the Detroit Red Wings, which is his favorite team. Alex Ovechkin turns 30 today. Happy birthday, Alex Ovechkin. 30 years old. Probably the most dynamic player. Well, not dynamic. That's not the right word, but
he is.
Dynamic and probably one of the best.
Back to you guys.
He's explosive.
Explosive. Probably the most explosive player in my lifetime.
Pavel Bure was something.
Yeah. I think he's better than Bure.
But Bure at the time, there was 2 or 3 years, he was incredible.
Yes, absolutely. But we stopped him, didn't we? We stopped the Rocket. We stopped him. We let him know. He'd get vicious in the playoffs. A lot of people don't really like it. He was not a dirty player, but in the playoffs he was.
He wanted to win.
Yeah, he wanted to win, but he was kind of vicious. He got away with suspension in that series, if I remember. Happy birthday, Alexander Ovechkin. And what do you got? Because I think I'm out of stories.
Another player who gets a tryout is Steve Bernier, who was with the Devils. He goes with the Islanders.
No kidding.
Let's see. Do I have other players like that? Sergei Konchar has a tryout with the Penguins.
Sergei Gonchar.
I've seen him in Montreal this year. The
as
guy, he's old. He still has
old as
a
hell.
quick, great hands, a great vision, but he doesn't skate anymore. So he's a power play guy.
Well, Yager can't skate anymore either. It's not as powerful anyway. He managed it.
Yeah, but he's a forward.
Yeah, that's right. Garchar,
A winger.
Yeah. Yeah, you got
Two other players who have a tryout with the Blues are Scott Gomez and Scotty Upshaw.
I don't think Scotty Upshaw has a chance in hell.
But I don't really understand what the Blues are doing with their offense. Their offense was great, and they kind of diminish it.
It didn't win. It was
No.
great. I mean, they have a Stanley Cup team on paper. It doesn't win. Whatever they're doing over there is wrong. You know what
Even
they really...
defensively, they have less depth.
You should have canned Hitchcock, if you ask me.
Yeah, he's square in his thinking.
You know what? It does. I don't even look at it that way. Like whatever their schemes are or anything. I don't even mildly look at it that way. The way I see it is, you don't win. You're in charge of these guys. They didn't get motivated towards the end of the season. You're gone. That's it. That's the way I see it.
This year is his last one in St. Louis if he doesn't go far in the playoffs.
Well, last thing I got for you folks is video. Nicholas Bergstrom, this is coming from Sean Leahy, defenseman for Sweden's AIK. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. During the Tuesday's 3-2 win over HC 7-1, the 24-year-old scored a goal, but not before the second period. Not before he took a double minor in second period for a cross-check. And this is what happened.
Det är Byström som dessutom trasslar till det på väg till utvisningsbåset.
Does that look familiar?
Titta på det, Filip
what?
Hamberg, nummer 16 ska vi hålla ögonen på.
Ouch.
I haven't seen it yet
You will.
because of the delay. Oh, it starts.
It's similar.
Okay, that's good.
You're going to love it.
It's like your stick guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very similar. Robert Schroederland on Hockey Webcast. He used to have a YouTube channel. He's very good. I'm going to retweet that for you for anybody that follows me on Twitter. I think we're broadcasting long enough. What do you think, Ben? I had fun.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to do that again.
I had fun.
We're going to do that again. I think
I love
now,
doing that with you.
You know, here's the thing. Here's what we're going to do from now on because we're building this. I'm not going to really concentrate or even talk about it. I'm going to play whatever game I fucking feel like. And we're going to just talk hockey while I'm playing a game so I don't so I can think a little clearer, take calls or whatever. And, just kind of leave the game as a background thing. You know what I mean? That's going to be our deal.
During the season, it's easier to have a flow and have a discussion because something is going on. Right now, it's preseason.
It's tough. It's starting to roll. It's starting to get going. We're starting to get some videos.
Yeah.
It's getting better. I could put that on my my website. It might be funny.
When the real training camps are going to begin, it's going to be better.
It's going to be good stuff. Well, I'm done. And then what we'll do is we'll go back and forth.
It's okay.
But Shot from the Point Gamers is special. Of course, we're going to have In the Crease coming back real soon. I'm going to make that announcement. And then me and you are going to do this when we can hang out. This is like me and Frenchie Ben's like hangout. You know what I'm saying? Sounds good?
It's perfect for me.
Yeah, it's perfect for me too. I think it's time to get the hell out of here. Thank you for the donation from Real Talk. The Metaphor Messiah, who's celebrating a video release in their Las Vegas City of Sin. Hope you like to check us out. Leave us me a message, 718-395-7660. Skype us Shot from the Point. Leave a message, let me know what you think of all our shows. Announcement for In the Crease with Tommy C. coming real soon. The winner of the Shot from the Point game coming real soon. We're going to talk about that. We're going to release that information. The first episode of In the Crease with Tommy C. The winner of the Shot from the Point game. And, of course, you get a t-shirt.
Is it me?
I don't know yet.
Oh.
I do know. Maybe I don't know. But we're going to release that first day. Look out for videos pertaining to that. And, before, let's get into this for a little bit. And if you never heard of it before, if you want to hear three jerks talk about hockey, you got to check out Shot from the Point Live. 3 p.m. Sunday, every Sunday, an hour and a half. Hockey podcast of three guys being jerks. And come check it out. 3 p.m. Sunday. That's Shot from the Point Live. Boom. So I hit that plug. I think I got everything. Yeah. We're going to work this out, Frenchie Ben. We're going to get something going.
The Zambonis.
Oh, yeah. Check out on what is it? The 27th? God, is that next week? I think it's next week, right?
Not this Sunday, I guess.
Not this Sunday, the 27th. The Zambonis will be hearing the only 25-year-old hockey rock band. We're going to be playing some of their songs, talking to Dave Zamboni. And we're going to ask him about the Hartford Whalers, because remember, his team got up and left. You know that?
The Brass Bonanza. That was a great song.
Which song do you like?
The Brass Bonanza.
Oh, that song? They did that one?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
When the Hartford Whalers were scoring.
Oh, that was in the 94 thing.
It's called the Brass Bonanza.
I didn't know that.
Now
I
you
didn't
do.
know that. Oh, wow. I'll have to ask him about that, too. Zambonis.
So we learned about vaccines and the Brass Bonanza.
I like Johnny Got Suspended. That's my favorite.
I don't know that one.
There was another one. Let's see. A long time ago, there was trouble in Quebec. I think it's like, yeah. There was trouble in Quebec. They couldn't stay, and they packed their badge. Get out of the way, we're the Avalanche. Something like that.
There's a good one in French. It's called De La Warchuck. And the group is called the De La Warchuck.
De La Warchuck. It's awesome.
And the song is good.
Hey, let me ask you something. As a Canadian, do you like the Tragically Hip?
Yes, I do.
You do? I kind of like the hip, too.
It's like AC/DC. You can play that in a party, and everybody loves it.
Everybody's happy. I like the video they did years ago that Bruce McCullough of the why didn't the next song go through? Bruce McCullough of the what do you call it? It's time for bed. The Kids in the Hall. He directed a video for them. That actually played in the States for a little bit too.
Okay.
Because the hip is kind of a Canadian thing. All right, everybody. I'll see you around. Thanks for joining us. Like I said, we're still molding this. We're gonna do this during the season when we got time. Me and Frenchie Ben. Of course, you can catch Frenchie Ben's wonderful humor on Shot from the Point Live, 3 p.m. Sunday. And I'll see you guys. Take care. Have a good one. Woo!